F1's newly released 2026 calendar has been described as breathtakingly disrespectful amid a key date clash. F1 announced the 2026 schedule earlier this week, with the Madrid street circuit being added for the first time, replacing the historic's Imola Grand Prix F1 headlines. FIA disqualification verdict issued as action taken over abusive messages. However, this was not the only change, with the Monaco and Canadian Grands Prix swapping positions. In a common-sense move to keep all of the European races together to minimize travel and the effects on the environment. The Canadian GP will take place at the end of May in 2026, while Monaco kicks off the European section of the calendar at the beginning of June before the sport heads on to Barcelona in what could be the track's final year on the calendar. That move does, however, mean that the Canadian GP will clash with IndyCar's historic Indy 500 race, with both races kicking off at the same time. The Indy 500 usually takes place on the same day as the Monaco GP, with two of motorsport's illustrious Triple Crown events kicking off on the same day. But the differing time zones meant that they didn't directly overlap. Motorsport analyst Jeff Gluck has pointed out how, with the Canadian GP and Indy 500 taking part on the same continent, there will be a direct clash in 2026, which may lead to lower viewing figures for both events. F1's 2026 schedule features a breathtakingly disrespectful move: a direct head-to-head conflict between the Indianapolis 500 and the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal, seemingly at the same time, on the same day, on the same continent, Gluck wrote in his piece for The Athletic. The Indy 500 typically has a start time of 12:45 p.m. ET and runs for about 3 hours. This weekend is, coincidentally, the Canadian GP in Montreal. It has a start time of 2 p.m. ET, and a typical F1 race lasts about 90 minutes to 2 hours. If those time slots remain next year, they'll directly overlap for the entirety of the F1 race.